Hey, what's up? How's everybody doing? So I hope everybody's having a good week. Today's shipment day. We're gonna do a little tour, walking around and show you what we got in. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope everybody's been doing good, staying cool, and yeah, let's start the tour right now. Okay, so the first fish that we're gonna start with is the Siberian Spiny Lo. These come from, I believe, China, that kind of area. Very, very uncommon for our shop. We don't get these a lot. A little bit colder water loads. They like to be 75, 76 degrees, but they can also go down to about 70 degrees. They do like to be in groups. 3 to 5 is recommended, but definitely an oddball. Something different, cool little face. I'm trying to get it to focus in for you, but yeah, these are really, really neat, kind of oddball fish. So got some of these in stock. Super rad, super fun, super different, and yeah, for cooler water aquariums, these are your bottom cleaners. Good ticket for that. Okay, the red samurai beta. These guys are amazing. So this is a male, it's a plakat style, short finned, just beautiful, beautiful fish, beautiful finnage. Great addition to, this guy's in a community tank right now. But they're just beautiful examples of the samurai complex. Great addition if you've been looking for a beta, something different, something cool. He just went into the tube, here he comes. Just a really, really neat fish. Neat colorings, neat markings. You can see him kind of coming out right there. Super, super rad. And not to be undersold, but the tank right next to him has a beautiful black samurai beta in it. Right there, I'm gonna try to get the glare off. And this would be the cousin to the red, short finned, nice markings, kind of goes black and white, maybe black and silver. Very, very nice fish, can be aggressive, just like any other beta, but he's in a community tank right now and he's cruising around, and we might as well jump to bumblebee gobies. Who doesn't like bumblebee gobies? These are always a big hit in our shop. Cute little fish. They can kind of hang upside down or sideways. Just neat fish, great for nano tanks, and a lot of people, when they get these, they end up getting them in big numbers. Super cool, super rad. We have some great examples of female betas in, specifically kois. These guys look like jawbreakers, just great, great color. Beautiful little fish. For the people who are doing beta sororities, you can keep the females together. They can get a little bit spicy with one another, but you can see them hanging out, cruising around. It makes for a really, really neat display to be able to see multiple betas in one tank. You can see these guys are up here, all coming down. We've got some really, really great examples of koi female betas in stock right now. I'm gonna try to step back and catch them a little bit better. I think there's about 8 or 9 of them in there. Those are the ones that are really showy. There's some up there too. Truly look like candy covered fish. So how could you go wrong with that? Neon blue Stiphodon gobies. These guys are, I would say, fairly common. Not really, that people don't know of them, but, we get them in every week. They're really, really good at eating algae, good for nano tanks. As their name implies, they can kind of cling on to different surfaces. They come from very fast moving water. These are the neon blues. We have a few other types. These are the ones I'm going to show this week. They will get a very, very nice blue spangled pattern going down the flank of the fish. They end up getting, I would say, 3 to 4 inches, but not much thicker in girth. It's an amazing little fish, good algivore, something different to put into your tank. And you can also have them in multiple numbers. They tend to get along. Hydroccuttle Japan's a very prominent plant on the internet. A lot of people really like this. You can grow it terrestrially, you can grow it underwater. It tends to vine, it likes to grab onto wood and stuff like that. Whenever we get it in, it always flies out the door. Somewhat delicate, can break easily, but very, very pretty, easy on the eye. And it has really neat little clovers, little clover leaves. You can kind of see them right there. Definitely a great option for somebody who has, a tank that has plants growing out of it. Very, very easy plant to have it start climbing out and going into kind of a terrestrial form as it gets outside. So always a great option. And then another plant that we have right over here is the Hydrophila pinnidiphyta. This is a epiphyte plant. You can glue it onto wood, glue it onto rocks. It does a very, very neat like palm tree pattern. You can kind of see the serrated leaves right there. Just a great option. These are very small. They'll grow up, you know, 8, 9, 10 inches tall. Fill in corners very nicely. Beautiful plant, a texture that you don't get to see very often with that serrated leaf. So we got a bunch of little baby tiger barbs in here too. If you're looking for little baby tiger barbs, these fish are crazy aggressive, but hard to match the color and the personality, and they make great, really, really great biotope fish. So cool, cool. Mirio filigree is actually a very, very forgiving plant to grow. If you're looking for that bushy, delicate texture, this is definitely a great option for you. I know a lot of people really like kabamba plants, which are sometimes technical for some people. Some tanks they go into, they do really good. Some tanks, not so much. But this is a plant that will go into most tanks, keep its very fuzzy, hairy texture, and grow pretty prolifically. It's a beautiful little plant, easy to grow stem plant. Can't really go wrong with it. Definitely a go-to if you're trying to soften up a little bit of the texture in your tank. So always a great plant to have. Okay, and we're back in stock with the AR Mini, which is Alternanthera Reni. And this is a mini variant that it will grow without CO2. It's not going to be super pretty, but when you do grow it with CO2, it will literally look like it's just on fire with magentas and oranges and some deeper reds. Very, very cool plant. The structure of it stays very tight, very, very small. It doesn't grow super loose like the regular Alternanthera. Definitely a really, really pretty plant. Hard to beat. The color and the texture with it, it's just hard to match, especially if you're running CO2 and you have really good lights. Here's another oddball, is the Avocado Clam. These guys are really, really good at filtering and polishing water as their filter feeders, mollusks. The one thing about them is that they can pass parasites to fish. So this is kind of an invert only type deal. Really, really good for shrimp tanks. Adds, you know, a little bit of different texture to it, a little bit more depth of livestock too, but definitely not recommended to go with fish. But pretty cool to see, pretty cool to have. Definitely something different, kind of oddball. And yeah, you know, really, really good for shrimp tanks. They don't get very big. Beautiful little specimens. So cool, cool. Okay, we also got Amaro Balls in, which are a Japanese algae that basically photosynthesizes, kind of fills itself up with air and can roll around on its own, just from the buoyancy within the actual moss. For a few years there, we weren't able to get these, but we've got them in stock now. We've been getting them the past few weeks. Great addition to any tank. You can see shrimp absolutely love them. They like grazing on them. Just something cool. Heads up, in my time that I've seen some of these guys come in as big as volleyballs. Takes a long time, but they will not stop growing if you let them grow. So super rad addition to any tank. All right, so I hope you guys like this week's video. Just kind of a few fish spotlights of things that I thought were cool, kind of walking around. I was hoping to have a little bit more video for you guys, but I just ran out of day. It's already night here, you can kind of see. And yeah, I'm ready to go home and have some dinner. So we'll see. You know, I'm thinking about maybe doing like some scaping videos, you know, and just showing different styles of scaping, how we used to do it. You know, this is my 19th year in the industry, so you know, some old school ways of scaping, some old school tanks, kind of what's old is new. But we'll see, you know, it's all time permitted, you know, and just running the shop is a full plate in itself. So I hope everybody enjoyed it. Hopefully, you know, we'll get some different content going up, but until then, we'll just keep posting these kind of, you know, weekly updates of fish stock and you know, picking out some of the highlights of the shipment. So I hope you guys are doing well, and yeah, we'll see you next video. All right, bye. Bye.